You ready? You got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it. Raise your hands up. Raise them up.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call, episode 296, 24th of May. So this is the currency call where you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. This currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Here, we will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. All right, so last Friday we had the US PMI data release. So let's welcome Kim Hong, currency analyst at LCMS Traders, to give us some details on that. Kim Hong.
All right, thank you, Junwei. Okay, so the US PMI data released last week, actually shows that business activities in May this month, expanded at the fastest pace ever since data collection started in 2009. Okay, so the IHS market, they actually started this whole data collection of business activities in the from the services and the manufacturing sectors. Okay, since started from October 2009. So from then till now, this month we actually see the highest expansion in business activities. Now diving into the individual sectors, services sector PMI was reported to be 70.1. A strong surge from the previous month of 64.7. Now this is due to stronger client demand. As customers' confidence grew, and also because of the resumption of non-essential businesses. As you know that COVID scenario in the US has been dealt with, has been going well actually, like number of cases dropping, and then the way they're handling the pandemic is pretty okay, and then with the fast vaccination program as well. So because of that, it gives the confidence to customers and then leading to stronger clients demand. On the other side, we have the manufacturing sector. It actually expanded at a rate of 61.5. A slight increase from the previous month of 60.5 due to faster expansion in new orders. Not too big of a change, but still there's a growth in it. Now something to take note here is that the manufacturers of the states, of the US, actually highlighted that the current issue that they're facing right now, which is the shortages in raw materials, may actually last through 2021. Now this may be an issue. If let's say they continue to face the shortage in raw materials, this may actually impair the upcoming months of manufacturing PMI. So, well, we'll see how it goes. Now, also bear in mind that this set of data released last Friday is actually the preliminary release. Now, what this means is that this is just an estimate for May. As we all know that May is like the final week of May, and May has not come to an end yet. So, how they are just trying to estimate like what's the PMI. What's the business activity like in May? So the final manufacturing PMI data will be released on 1st of June, while the final services PMI data will be released on 3rd of June. Now, we have to pay attention to these two data releases. Why is that the case? Because right now we are seeing, the fastest pace ever since data collection. So if let's say this week, the remaining week of May turns out to be, there may be a slowdown in business activities. Now, these will actually cause the final releases, the final data releases, to be, to either undershoot or overshoot the preliminary release. Okay, so if let's say the final releases shows that there's actually a downwards revision, okay, in the PMI data released from the preliminary time, then we may actually be seeing a weakening in the US dollar. Okay, on the other hand, if we actually see a further increase, a further upwards revision in the PMI data, okay, then no doubt we will know that the USD may actually strengthen further, okay? But as of right now, okay, as of the last Friday's data release, we actually see the US dollar strengthen across the board, okay? So that's all I have for now. Until next time, okay? Back to you, Jinwei.
Okay, thanks, Kim Hong. Yep, so with that, let's take a look at the charts on the dollar index. So we have Scott here, Scott Andrews from Forex Briefcase Australia, to share his outlook on the dollar index. Scott.
All right, thank you very much, and hi guys, and welcome back. So look, US dollar, we did get just a little bit of a lift, and currently we are holding over 90 as well. Like Kim Hong mentioned too, it's the data that's coming out is indicating that things are really returning very much back to a normal state pre-COVID, although the concerns that we do have to deal with is that we've got this narrative of transitory inflation, or if it's legitimate, and we have a lot of different commentators sharing thoughts. And I guess what we saw on Friday might have been a combination of a couple of things. End of the week, we probably saw some shorts covering as well, because, I mentioned it in the EchoFin group as well, that we were at quite a key point. It was like a 4-month low pretty much that we got to on Friday. And it did make trading a little challenging as well, because, there was a possibility that we could see it, if PMIs missed a little bit, we could have seen, maybe a breakout on a few pairs. But, currently we're just floating around 90, and really we'll just have to wait and see. The Fed committee and what they've been talking about with quantitative easing is another thing to take into consideration as well. So we do have a couple things happening at 9 o'clock GMT plus 8 time tonight as well. And we've got another committee member speaking at midnight as well, GMT plus 8. So, these two things need to be considered. And, that's a little bit of an added factor that we've got to have to take into consideration. But I think, potentially with this data, we need more sample size really before markets can gain some confidence, and that we can see things steadying off and the market just absorbing reality that I guess if you look back, the context of things, this is a global pandemic that we haven't seen, since the bubonic plague or anything like that. It's just this unbelievably horrendous thing that's happened. So markets are really responding to some unknowns, but really, I think currently we might see a small uplift in the US dollar as this, confusion continues and markets are a little bit, hesitant to just sort of return back to normal with, dealing with the inflation, and that interest rates aren't going to dramatically get lifted anytime soon. So I would say, 90 flat is an interesting support level, and let's just wait and see what the FOMC committee members say tonight before, getting long potentially off 90 as a support level.
Okay, thanks for that, Scott. Okay, yeah, so right now let's head to the currency in focus today, which is the Aussie and Kiwi. So today we are with Jindal Tai, founder of LCMS Traders, a multi-million-dollar trader trading account with more than US $14 million on a daily basis. All right, Jin, I'll pass the time to you now for the Aussie and Kiwi.
All right, thanks for that. Good morning, everyone. So today, brand new week again. As we approach the end of the month, this week being coming towards the end of the month, expect to see a little bit more volatility. And as Kim Hong and Scott were just sharing, we're probably going to see a little bit more of a US dollar strength, possibly going to see a little bit more of a US dollar strength being applied across the board, possibly for this week. With that in mind, what else could happen? what could push prices for the Aussie dollar or the Kiwi dollar in either directions. First thing I'll do is I'll look at the news. So here on Forex Trading Asia, looking at the economic calendar, what you'll notice here is today being Monday, we have a lot of holidays right across Europe. So, later in the afternoon, probably not too much going to happen, but you can see that early this morning, we had the New Zealand retail sales number at 2.5 was minus 2.7. Core retail sales was minus 2.9, and it came out at a 3.2. So you expect a little bit of an upside on the New Zealand dollar from this morning's news, but the overlying is still the US dollar being a little bit stronger because of news from last week. What else could move prices? Tuesday, we don't have too much. Some US new home sales numbers possibly going to stay quite similar. On Wednesday, pay attention, on Wednesday at 10 o'clock, there is the RBNZ interest rate decision at this point, looking to hold at 0.25%. Rate statement is something that you're going to pay attention to. Are they looking at further cuts, which is very unlikely, or are they possibly going to be looking at the further increase, right? A possible change in approach from the RBNZ, looking at some upside in the New Zealand dollar with an increase in the rate signaling an increase from the rate statement. With all that in mind, what else could happen on Thursday? US GDP numbers, 6.4%, previously expected a 6.5 GDP quarter on quarter. With that in mind, again, this might reinforce that upside, that positivity coming from the US dollar. With that as well, on Friday, nothing much else. So you can see that this might be quite a good month or quite a good week to trade for the New Zealand dollar, for the Aussie dollar, because not a lot of news happening at this point. With all that in mind, what could happen looking at the charts? The Aussie dollar on the H4 time frame here, the last time we spoke about it, I said that it was going to come down, test the 7730 support before going up towards 7836. It did that very quickly, coming up very close to 7836, came to 7815 before tracking back down again. At this point now, 7724, it seems like it's going to be resisted by that 7730 now resistance level. What I'll be looking for is for it to test that resistance now, and for the US dollar strength to come into play and possibly head down towards 7666. But bear in mind, it can test that resistance, wait for it to test, and then reject that resistance before you look for a selling opportunity. So what you should be doing is looking for a selling opportunity only if it goes below 7720. If it goes below 7720, you could have a 20 pip stop loss for a good 50 pip take profit level, way above a 1:2 risk reward ratio. That in mind, although you have a 1:2 risk reward ratio below 7720, what you could be looking for is also to consider this trade after it's gone to about 20 to 30, to about 30 pips. So it might not hit all the way to that 50 pip take profit. At about 30 pips, you might want to consider, because of what happened 2 weeks ago, it's hit that point and bounced back up. 3 weeks ago, it's hit that point and bounced back up. So at about 7695 will be a decision point. If it breaks below that, then you could see it really come down to test the 7666 support level. So not a trade that you would set and forget, a trade that you would set and manage a little bit closely when it's running as you plan. Then the New Zealand dollar on the H4 time frame here. Last time we spoke about it, I said that it was going to come down, test 7167 before retesting 7225. New Zealand dollar last week was a big volatile mess. It came down, bounced back up, looked like it was breaking above that resistance before testing support and then testing that resistance again. At this point, at 7164, despite the good retail sales number early this morning, with the RBNZ rate decision on Wednesday morning, what you're going to pay attention to is a statement. I think that there's not going to be a change, right? Possibly no change coming from the RBNZ. They're possibly going to have a bit of a conservative approach. I don't think they're going to start saying they're going to increase rates or do anything too crazy. It'll be a wait and see approach. So with that, we could still see the New Zealand dollar head lower, all right? Sitting at this support level, 7167 now. I'm still looking for it to go lower to test 7062. So what you could be looking at is a 20 pip stop loss below 7150, 20 pip stop loss for an 80 pip take profit level, a 1:4 risk reward ratio towards the downside. But again, like the Aussie dollar, this is not a trade that would probably head straight down. This, you might want to reconsider the trade at about 40 pips. So you have a 20 pip stop loss, 80 pip take profit level, 1:4, but at a 40 pip take profit, at a 40 pip profit level, you might want to consider this trade again. So it's a part 1:2 risk reward ratio, and a part 2 is a 1:4 risk reward ratio trade for the New Zealand dollar towards the downside. All this is going to be dependent upon the news from the RBNZ and also the continual US dollar strength that we have seen from last week, and if it does continue through this week as well.
Okay, thanks for that, Jane. A very detailed analysis on Aussie and Kiwi. So yeah, just a reminder, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion views of the speakers. So remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Okay, so right now we'll get Daniel here. Daniel, trading coach at LCMS Traders, to share a little bit about the Traders Club and how it can help you guys trade better. Daniel.
Yes, Jinwei, thank you very much. I'm very happy to share on how we can improve on LCMS Traders. So for those members who are here, let me share a little bit on the LCMS Traders Club. Now, there are two things that I'd like to highlight. While we're looking at the Traders Club, those who are in Traders Club here are that on every Monday to Friday daily, we have the market watch list and the daily analysis. Okay, we have the market daily analysis. Now the market watch list is, market watch list here. You can see here the currency watch list is a snapshot of what we see in the morning on the charts, and it gives you a suggestion of whether to buy or sell on which currency on a suggested price level. Right, you can see on the suggested price. Let me zoom it in on the suggested currency pairs. What action to buy, to sell, entry level, and a potential target. Now, this will also give you a general direction of where we think the market is probably heading to. Just like what Jean has mentioned here, a lot of explanation there. Now, not only that, let me close this. Apologies here. I can't seem to close. There you go. Okay, apologies. So then another one we'd like to highlight to you is the daily currency analysis here, where we give you a summary of what happened last week or yesterday and what to look out for, and give you a suggestion of any trades to happen. Now you have all these. We will look at the US dollar overview, New Zealand USD, Aussie USD, US yen, and various currency pairs. Now we'll look at, so you can understand why we issue a possible trade idea, which directions we are selling in the currency watch list, and a suggestion of any currency trading opportunities. So everything here giving you so you can improve yourself and learn from the LCMS Traders Club. Now, okay, so just take note also another thing they can improve on if you join the LCMS Traders Club here, and especially for the members here, we have live sessions twice a week. Now, twice a week, we have the group coaching sessions on Monday, where we talk about what's going to happen what has happened in the market, what we look forward to in the future. We give everybody in advance what could happen, and also give coaching sessions for any questions anybody may ask, be it psychological questions or trading questions. And on Wednesdays, we have live trading sessions together with all the members here. We trade together, we look at the market together, explain and answer any questions, or should we take a trade on a certain currency pair, and also why should we be waiting for the coach, or how do we scan through all the currency pairs on which is the best opportunity for a trade on Wednesday's evening. Now, these sessions will guide you through the current market conditions and can literally make profits together. So this is how, Junwei, so this is really how we can, LCMS traders can help the members here and anyone who's interested to join to be profitable. Junwei.
Okay, thank you, Daniel, for that. So we have come to the end of the session today. I've just pasted up some links in the chat. So do search for us in Spotify, Forex Trading Asia. Our podcast is up. Our free Forex Signals Telegram channel link is also up there. LCMS Traders YouTube channel, do subscribe to it for the daily recordings. And the Traders Club link if you want the faster signals and learn the strategy behind the signals. And if you're looking for a managed account service, do check out forexbriefcase.com. Yeah, so we have come to the end of the session. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Euro currency call. Thank you so much. Bye.